what activity for the kids. Thank you for coming. We have a variety of different projects that we have planned for you today. We're hoping that you're going to take away a lot of new information when it comes to science. Just a little bit about the Young Professionals Network. We are an organization that is operating through the Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts. We're part of a larger organization, the National Urban League. And more relevant to the younger ones in the room, we're here to serve you. We're here to be mentors. We're here to be role models. We are here to provide you with opportunities that may not come around all the time. So we want to make sure you have a good time. We want to make sure that you're engaged. And before you leave, please make sure you let us know what you thought about what we did today. And I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys have a great time. I hope you enjoy the refreshments. And I will see you throughout the day. Thank you.
So we thought we'd start off the day by introducing you to someone who does STEM all day. Okay, someone who does STEM all day. You know what STEM is? You know what STEM? What is STEM? Yes, you are right. Okay, so STEM, the S stands for science, the T is for technology, the E is for engineering, and the M stands for mathematics. Now, one of the reasons why we think it's so important for you all to understand STEM is that STEM is the wave of the future, okay? Careers in STEM are the waves of the future. We want to make sure that you are prepared. We want to make sure that you are prepared, and we want to make sure that you are prepared. So today we're going to actually hear from an engineer from Raytheon. Has anybody ever heard of Raytheon? Okay, you've heard of Raytheon? So we're going to hear from Raytheon, an engineer from Raytheon, who actually talks to young people about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics pretty frequently, okay? His name is Joseph. So everybody welcome Joseph.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that wasn't good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to S.T.E.M on Tablet Ave, right? Are you excited to be here today?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my boots, I'll get to that in a minute. So I heard you say that STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math, right? Where did you learn that from? Okay, is your mom an engineer or a scientist? Okay, so you learned it from your environment, right? So it doesn't matter where you are, STEM is all around us, right? STEM is living, is breathing, and it's the future, okay? So STEM is innovation. STEM is recalibration, what it means to be innovative. Say it again. Okay. Anybody else? No? You seem bored. What's wrong? Alright, so let me give you a story about myself. I'm originally from Macon, Georgia. How many people heard of Macon, Georgia? Oh, you have? How did you hear about Macon, Georgia? Your cousin lived there? Okay, cool. So when I started working with STEM, I was about 9 years old. And basically what I did is I took a lawnmower and I took some tools out of my garage in my house and I started pushing a lawnmower around the neighborhood. And I started my own business. So imagine a 9-year-old boy, country boy, that's why I'm wearing my boots. She told me to be comfortable today. So I put on my boots so I can be comfortable because I'm from the country. So I'm pushing my lawnmower through the neighborhood with my tools and, you know, I'm walking door to door saying, can I cut your front yard for $25 and your backyard for $30? What's 25 plus 30? I'll get to the math part.
55.
55, so I was making $55 a pop, right? A young man, I was told I'd be a statistic. All right, so fast forward, when I got into high school, my guidance counselor told me I had a 3.67 GPA, right? My guidance counselor told me, oh, I think you should go to trade school. Right? He said, I think you should go to trade school because I don't think you'll be prepared for college. So at that point, I decided I wasn't going to let anybody drive what I wanted to do for myself as an individual. How many people are determined to accomplish your goals? What is your goal? College. What do you want to major in? Thanks. All right. Anybody else? Go ahead. You want to be a doctor. Anybody else? You have goals? Okay, so one thing about goals, you can come up with goals, but they have to be smart. Your smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, resource-oriented, and task, right? Time, right? So you have to associate a time with your goals. So when I was in high school, I said I want to be an engineer because I've been doing it my whole life. Changing doorbells, putting doorbells into people's homes, door knobs, and things of that nature. Those two facets are electrical engineering and mechanical engineering. That's the E part of STEM. All right? So I got a couple of demonstrations that I want to do today to give you an idea of what STEM is. So what we're going to start with, I need 2 volunteers. Someone different. I want you and the young lady in the back. All right, so now we're going to focus on the mathematics part, right? And I do this exercise and I give you feedback on why we're going to do this exercise. So here on the stage I have some Legos, right? So your job is you have 60, well I give you 30 seconds, all right? So you have 30 seconds to build the tallest structure that you can build. All right, I get some choice. You ready? So I'm going to spread them out a little bit, and I want you to try to build the tallest structure that you can. You ready? Over time. Okay? All right. Starting now. Oh, she imagined a skyscraper. A skyscraper. What about you? She imagined that it was a building. Think about that. A skyscraper in New York or a building in Boston. See the dreams coming to reality, right? Right? So as a prize for volunteering, I know it's a little early in the morning, so you probably want to save this for later. I got you a bag of Skittles. All right, give them a round of applause. So you have a skyscraper in the building, right? So they decided that I want to build a skyscraper, I want to build a building. That's based on their experience, right? Me as a young man, 9 years old, I pushed the lawnmower because I was taught how to do hard work at an early age, right? Making money, I had dreams, right? His dreams of a skyscraper in the building. STEM coming to life, right? So, when you think about STEM, what you have to think about is how do you improve things, right? So when I went to school, I did a bachelor's and a master's in electrical engineering, right? So I did a project when I was in undergrad for the elderly, for the older people, right? Because I had grandparents. So my project was a doorbell sensor, okay? So with this project, what I wanted to do is, when someone comes to the door, because a lot of old people, they live by themselves. I know my grandma, she stayed at home by herself a lot of the day, right? So, when they come to the door, it had 3 functions. Either if she couldn't see, she would hear a horn, so she would know somebody was at the door. If she could not hear and she could only see, she would see a light. And then it was a function that could do both, a light and a horn, right? So I was thinking big. So what I want to say to you is, STEM is just not something that, you know, you just pick up and you pass through, right? STEM is the future. President Obama, they invested over $4 million into STEM.
A lot of money.
$4 million. How many of y'all heard of the first robotics competition? It's a big thing here in Massachusetts and across the country, right? So my organization, Retention Frontiers, we participated in the first robotics competition with every high school. Okay? So the whole project, we built a robot that would shoot a basketball. Think about how many people seen the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. Right? So they was building these robots, they was tearing up the city, doing all these different things. These young people built the robots to shoot basketball. So once again, you can use STEM to do a lot of things, right? You can use STEM to do a lot of things. So don't limit yourself, right? If you want to be an engineer, you can be an engineer. If you want to be a scientist, you can be a scientist. If you want to be a mathematician, you can be a mathematician. Skyscraper builder. Okay? So the next part of the project, or the presentation today, we're going to do a little science, okay? I will call Dr. M to the front of the room, give her a round of applause. Now, it's going to get a little messy, okay? So, you know, the front row, you may want to stand up and step back, okay? Just
You're fine.
You think it's fine?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, you know, what we have is a bottle of Diet Coke, and we got some Mentos. How many people built a soda bottle before? Okay, so don't try this at home, all right? Don't have your parents get me in trouble, okay?
Or me either. I'm gonna tell you how it works.
All right, now. So we got some Mentos, and we got some Diet Coke. Let's see what it do.
Gotta make the roll a little smaller, y'all. All right. So, as Mr. Boston, first of all, I like to call Joseph Mr. Boston because he's very professional all the time. So, as Mr. Boston said, all right, this is a little bit of science. So we'll do it and then we'll talk about why it works. How's that?
Yes.
All right.
Can we get a drum roll? All right.
That's not all. Give me all. We go hard, we go home.
All right.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna give a drum roll again. I'm gonna count down to 3. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
All right. Give a round of applause for that.
All right. So does anybody know why that works? Anybody know? Okay. You know why it works? Kind of.
Chemical reaction?
Yes, okay. So this is a chemical reaction. So today, your whole day is going to be about engineering and chemistry. All right? So this is our introduction to chemistry. Now, you can't see it with your naked eyes, okay? You can't see it with your eyes alone, right? But there are tiny holes all over the surface of those Mentos candies, okay? And in science, we call those holes pores, P-O-R-E-S, like the pores in your skin. And pore is just a fancy word to say hole, okay? So there's these tiny little pores all over the surface of the Mentos, all right? Now, why is soda fizzy? Yes? Oxygen? Acid. Acid, yes, there's some acid in there, and what else is there? It's the gas. Yes. Yes, carbon dioxide. Now, what happens with the carbon dioxide is that it goes into the little pores on the surface of those Mentos, okay? And there's a chemical in the covering of the Mentos, the candy covering of the Mentos, all right? And once carbon dioxide and that chemical get together, there's a violent explosion, all right? is a gushing soda fountain. And that's why it works, because there's a chemical reaction on the surface of the Mentos that basically the carbon dioxide says, hey, I want to get in these pores, I love it, and then they go, woohoo! All right, and you see the soda fountain, okay? All right, so that's why it works. Now, okay, do not do this at home, okay? That's one thing I have to tell you all about all the things that you're going to be trying today, all right? Always, always, always have an adult participating with you in science projects that you want to do at home. Because you know, sometimes we think our parents aren't cool. Yeah? All right? Yeah? No? Everybody thinks their parents are cool? No? So, let's be real, y'all, okay? Sometimes we think our parents aren't the coolest, but parents can help out a lot when it comes to science, okay? So do not try anything that you see done today at home, all right? Always have an adult walk you through. All right, deal? All right, well, I'm going to hand it back over to Mr. Bostic. He's going to do a couple of electrical things with you all, and I'll see you all back in the cafeteria. Deal? And when we come back to the cafeteria, we're going to do some more engineering. How's that sound? All right, see you later.
All right, so how many people know who Jay-Z is? A lot of people. Who is Jay-Z? I can't hear you. He's a rapper. Okay. Is that all his He married Beyonce? Okay. Alright, so you have Jay-Z. He's known as a rapper. But how many people know that Jay-Z is a businessman? Alright? How many people heard of Rockaway? Okay. So the point is, right? You see this keyboard here? Right? You got all these different sounds. That's a nice one, Alright? So, Jay-Z, do you think he would really be successful if he didn't have that perfect control engineer person in the room doing all the beats, all the sounds, making sure it's precise, making sure, you know, when the sound is brought to the crowd's like, you know? So what I'm saying to you is, if you major in some type of S.T.E.M field, you have the opportunity to work for a person like Jay-Z, right? How many people want to work for Jay-Z or work with Jay-Z? Hey, major in engineering, right? Because you can go into the control room and you can do a lot of things with beats, with sounds, you know, electrical equipment, mechanical equipment, which we'll get to in a few seconds. All right, so think about that too. Always think outside the box of what you can do. So for the last demonstration, before I close this out, I need one volunteer. What we're going to do is we're going to build, well, I already assembled it because I don't want anyone to get hurt. We're going to build a small aircraft that is in stationary mode, a helicopter that's preparing to take off. So when I was in grad school and undergrad, when I was in the lab, I did a little project, right? The doorbell sensor. While I was in grad school, I was working with UAVs and software. So with engineering, you have hardware and you have software. Okay? So you can do a code that can make this helicopter take off. Okay? So I need one volunteer. It's tough. It's tough. I'll get someone who haven't smoked today. Change it up a little bit. Alright, so you have your, stay to this side. You have your pilot, okay? What we have here, we have a motor, okay? And I just assembled it real quickly. These are the propellers, okay? Then you have a light, okay? But this is really called an LED, light emitting diode, all right? But these small projects like these are what you see out in the world. Helicopters, planes, buildings, any type of electronics, right? So what we're going to do is, we're going to hook up the light first. And I want you to help me, okay? Everything is grounded. So what are the red and black wires? The red wire is the hot wire, okay? You don't want to touch the red wire and the black wire at the same time, because you'll create a full circuit All right, a circuit is, something that, is closed. So you got electricity and current running through. How many people have electronics in your house? Right? You have games and things of that nature. So when you plug something onto the wall, you create a circuit, and it's current flowing through the circuit. Okay? So we're gonna ground this so we don't get shocked first. Okay? So we have the red and the black wire. So what I want you to do is I want you to take the black wire and put it to the bottom. Take the red wire and put it into it. Alright, so he assembled the first part. Okay, the light came on. Can everybody see it? Those? Sit over here, Bobby. The light came on. So he hooked up that part, alright? Now next, I want you to hook up the motor. So same thing. Take the black wire. Black wires in, red wires in now. All right, stay to the side. So the propeller is going. It's moving. How many people know what the speed of light is? What's the speed of light? Anybody? Go ahead. What is it? Okay. So the speed of light is 3 times 10 to the 8. So that's how fast the speed of light is going, right? So look at this. The motor's going. Now what we want to do is, I want you to hook the sound up as well. So the black wire, put it in the bottom. Alright, stay to the side. So now we have a helicopter that is in stationary mode. Why is this important, right? So a helicopter, it just doesn't take off. There's a lot of electronics and hardware that goes into making the helicopter take off. All right, so let's give this young man a round of applause. All right, so the reason why it took so long is because there's a lot of wires, right? Okay, so you have to look, what this is a breadboard. The whiteboard is a breadboard. Then I just took some Legos and I made it so it can be stationary. All right, and that's our pilot. What y'all think about the pilot? You think it's gonna take off? Yeah. We'll say that for another session. All right. All right, so what y'all think so far? How many people want to major in STEM field now? Not everybody. Y'all want to be engineers? You don't want to be scientists? You want to be a scientist now? What you want to major in now? Speak up, stand up. Before you came here, you wanted to be a scientist. Now what you want to be? You still want to be a scientist or you want to be an engineer? A scientist? All right, cool. Give me a round of applause. All right, so at the end of this, I like to leave you with a little inspiration, right? Because I gave you my story. I was told I was going to be a statistic. I started pushing a lawnmower at the age of 9, making my own money, my own business, right? So they told me I was going to make it, right? But now I have 3 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's in engineering. I got an MBA, and I got to work on my PhD at Northeastern University. My grandmother passed away last year in January. The last thing she told me, she said, never give up, right? If you can fall 7 times, you can stand up 8 times, all right? And then Nelson Mandela says, the glory of life doesn't lie in how many times you fall. It lies in how many times you stand up, right? So what I'm telling you is I provided you with some tools of STEM that you can use for projects that you work on. You can create your own projects at home with the proper supervision, right? Or you can do other things with STEM to expand your mind. Your mind is a parachute. So open it up to the possibilities. Okay, I'm gonna close it out. Invictus, how many people watched that movie? Invictus with Morgan Freeman. Go ahead. You saw that movie? All right, cool. So Invictus, he wrote a poem on his deathbed. He was real sick, right? But he was able to write this poem. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In a failed clutch of circumstance, I have not winced or cried alive. Under bludgeonings of change, my head is bloody, but I'm alive. Beyond this place of rapid tears, looms with hard shake. And yet, the minutes of years find me still find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment and sorrow. I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. All right? So go out and accomplish your dreams. Don't give up on yourself today, right? And thank you for tuning in to the presentation today and being very attentive. And I thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.